туда, куда нам нужно. Yeah, well, we have a lot of people.
Well, that's great. So I believe we can start.
Yeah.
So hello, everyone. My name is Victoria, and today I will be hosting an MIS session for Waterfall Network. So we all know that it's been 3 months since the public launch. So how would you evaluate the stability of the mainnet so far?
One moment. Yeah, let me start sharing the screen. So yeah, hello everyone. My name is Sergey Gribnyak. I'm the head of research for Waterfall.network, and yeah, we are basically we launched almost 3 months ago. If we're talking about public launch, and I think it is 17th of October. Yes, August and September, October. Yes, three months ago, actually close to 4 months with the technical launch, and more than 3 months ago with the public launch. And so far, we are actually happy with the performance of the network. We can see that, and yeah, something we were just discussing, actually, the conducting of the public tests, which Alex will be going through shortly. For example, recently we have conducted 3 tests, right? And they all were more than 12,000 transactions per second. And depending on the time of the day and depending on the basically on the current network load and different other different other state factors which influence the state of the network, we basically we achieved from 12,200 to 12,700. So, and yeah, we were actually, this is all public information. So Alex will go deeper into details, but we can say that what is notable here, that it is more than any tests we have conducted on our testnet. So our testnet maximum was a little more than 11.6 thousand transactions per second. And worth mentioning that we are the size of the networks in terms of validators almost 4 times more than it was on the testnet. And currently, yes, we're preparing for the next phase of testing, and sometimes it is a little less, like Alex will show that it was a little more than 12,200. Sometimes it is a little more, like Alex will show, and it is almost 12,800. So and yeah, that's exciting because yeah, we recently got to top 3. Not recently, actually, recently after the launch, we got to top 3 by the number of validators reaching consensus on the network among popular proof of stake networks. We haven't experienced any crashes over this time, and you know, it is it's not uncommon for networks actually to crash after launch, and there is nothing bad with the projects when it happened. It just happens sometimes, but it didn't happen with us because we were let me put it this way: we could have launched earlier, but we decided to take a safer journey, and hopefully we will preserve this kind of narrative of it being, like, in a sense, unstoppable code, so not crashing for some time. And yeah, we are super excited with the test results. So yeah, it's great. I think I addressed the question. Thank you.
Yeah, sure, and the numbers are really great. But if we are talking about the validators, can you tell us how has the number of validators changed and what impact has it had on the mainnet?
So yeah, we basically we started the network with 2,048 validators. It is it is basically, it is described in our statistics page. So you go to the individuals, waterfall statistics, and then in the bottom you will see that 2048 validators owned by Waterfall DAO. So then recently after the launch, we basically all of early adopters, including team, including ourselves, right? We started to deploy our validators. There was also people from the community who are who have deployed and who are deploying. We see these messages happening, and we see the statistics growing. So there are, we can say that it is relatively easy, and soon it will be even easier to contribute to the security on the network by setting up the node or nodes. And there are currently 3 ways of doing this. So number one, it is the you can just use your, for example, your laptop, and considering the network requirements in this current state of the network, you are able to launch like the node on the laptop with 2-core CPU, 4 gigabytes of RAM, laptop or personal computer or whatever, and you are able to launch there up to 32 validators. So in general, let's say you bought your laptop 10 or maybe even 15 years ago, and you have it in your storage, and you have some internet bandwidth unused, obviously, because we're not using our bandwidth at home fully, and you can just take you can just take this and use laptop, take your bandwidth, set up the node, and here you go. You are a contributor for to the security of the network. And that's and that costs you pretty much nothing in terms of hardware and internet. The second way is actually you can use cloud providers, conventional cloud providers. So Waterfall is the participant of the Google Cloud Startup Program. So it was tested with like almost 1.6 million validators reaching consensus on the network, and so far, to our best knowledge, this is the largest test of this scale. So it works well with Google Cloud, but also during our let's say almost 3 years testnet phase since October of 2021. We were using Amazon, we were using DigitalOcean, we were using Hetzner. So at least four conventional cloud infrastructure providers were tested with Waterfall, and it is a good option, and they basically are able to provide you with stable internet connection and with stable server. Because if you are using your laptop, you need to always monitor for it not to go to sleep, for electricity to be stable, for an internet connection is stable, etc. So they are providing you with this, but they are charging you some money. But again, considering the fact that requirements are pretty low, the amount of money is also low. So this is another viable option. And the option number 3 is actually using staking infrastructure providers, which we currently have Stardust, Pick and Bello, and Instones, which are providing with the decent service. They are not only monitoring the server uptime and the network, but they are also doing the updates for you. So, for example, soon we are expecting hard fork to happen, and those who are using their laptops and or conventional cloud infrastructure providers, they will need to manually update the node software. It's not difficult, but still, it requires some efforts. With staking infrastructure providers, they will do it for you. So you can do it with them, and soon there is expected to be one more improvement in this process, like additional option, which some people may find more convenient, and I believe that updates will be happening maybe in 2 or 3 weeks. So yeah, that's what we have for now. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was really important to know. And by the way, you mentioned that as of August, that Waterfall Network is the third largest proof-of-stake protocol by the number of validators. So can you tell us how did you achieve these results?
Well, I think I just did, but first of all, this number should not be confused with the number of actual users. So one validator is not a separate user. So basically, for example, team owns a lot of validators. There are other contributors who own a lot of validators. So basically, when you look at the number of validators, do not confuse it with the number of users. It's not the same. Yes, I mean it's not that. But why it is important and why it is why having this number of validators is we think that it is one of the critical advantages, because this allows this is a sign of basically this is a proof of the consensus of being decentralized. So basically we let me put it this way. For example, if your network, some network is designed to run on, I don't know, 50 validators, 200 validators, 500 validators, it will not be possible to make this, in many cases, it will not be possible to make this network run on, for example, I don't know, like 100,000 validators, right? So, because it will require going way back to the design of the network, like, changing the design of how consensus is reached, then adjusting the code, and then making significant update, which essentially probably will make it a very different protocol than what it is. In Waterfall, the advantage of Waterfall is that it is able to work in both environments, where we don't care that much about decentralization. And for example, the use case is important to use case, for example, implies, I don't know, having 100 nodes and this is it and everyone is happy. But we should remember that every validator could be a separate node. So when you see this number of validators, you shouldn't confuse it with user base, but you need to understand that, yes, it could have been the user base. And if, for example, somebody will decide to run Waterfall with I don't know, 8,000 different servers, yeah, it would also work. And in given world, not as much technologies are able to kind of to make the same possible. And yeah, and considering the previous test I mentioned, yeah, we tested it with almost 1.6 million validators reaching consensus. So far it was to our best knowledge, the largest public test of decentralization of the technology ever conducted by at least any proof-of-stake network, and it is more than all the proof-of-stake networks and validators combined, all the popular ones. So yeah.
Okay, so now
I want to add some information about our public test when we tested about 1.5 million validators. We run more than 6,000 nodes. So servers and nodes, it's also a lot of servers which we use, maybe a lot of than public other network. So not only validators, also we use a lot of nodes servers.
That is important to know. Yeah.
I would like to mention that I share my screen. That one moment. That nowadays, at the initial stage of our network evolution, we have a significant annualized reward rate since we intend to involve hundreds of thousands and even millions of validators. Hence, in the future, as the number of validators increases, the reward rate will be decreased in according to our crypto economic model. So the first network validators have more benefits right now. To my mind, it's better than an airdrop because validators who work reliable and provide network security get rewards, but not random guys just having multi accounts. I think this is more fair as for me. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was and thank you for the explanation. So, does
one more important moment here. My apologies for intrusion. But yeah, that's 1 second. One moment. I will start sharing the screen. Yeah, here we go. What is important here also is to make sure you read and understand all the information which is disclosed here, here, basically. So you understand this all, and including all the legal information about all the limitations, and you clearly understand what is basically. This is all very important. So it is important to read this and understand this and basically comply with this. So yeah, this is it. And yeah, this is all located on the same page where you can observe the network statistics, the rewards, the number of validators, basically 2 validators joined in recent 24 hours. So yeah, this is it. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you so much once again. So does the team have any achievements to share for now?
As Sergey said, we recently, not recently, 1 month ago, we did some testing. Our task, and I want to share some screen and show the result. If you go to our documentation site, Docs Waterfall Network, we have test results. It's all test results which we did before. First test results we did for testnet 2. It was only our it was our MVP with our DAC process. We have only DAC. We don't have proof of stake consensus. So we did test and use Amazon. Use it Amazon, like Sergey said before, and had smaller requirement, like you have C, two CPU and 2 gigabytes memory. So, and we had about 2000 TPS. So then we did test. We have some improvement and updated. And did and launched testnet 3 and had result about 3,600 TPS. Then we work on our consensus and our proof of stake protocols, and we didn't do our performance test because we concentrated on developer our consensus. And when we launch testnet, we did test results, and we had about 500 TPS. Then we launched testnet 8. It's launched at the end, it's testnet 8. We launch in November last year, 1 year ago. So also we did a test, and we had about 12,000 TPS. And 1 month ago we did test for our mainnet, and 44 of September, and we had result about 12,000 TPS. So all information you can check on this. You can go to the Explorer and see about the block, and we have a lot of transactions. You can revise this information. We did more than 3 tests, but we had almost the same results. So, and we published only 3 tests. We sent about more than 1 million transactions at the week when we did testing. So second points which I want to say about which we did recently, it's we integrated with OneChain Bridge. So, and we develop our front-end part, but backend part used OneChain. So you can log in, connect it to MetaMask, and you can transfer water from our network to Binance, to Polygon, and Arbitrum, and between this network also. Yes, you can send from Binance to Waterfall or Polygon or Arbitrum. You also can transfer water. So if you want to use it, it's 2 points which we worked on last months. And about testing results, like as Sergey said, we want to do second test, which will be public, and we want to send about 1 million transactions and check how it works in our network. And this information will be published not only on our website; it will be published on second third party sites which we don't control, so it's not our. So I checked to announce it about that. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your answer. These achievements are really great. But could you tell us more about the next major milestones for Waterfall Network in the coming months?
Okay, I will say about our which we develop and which we work on it. So in the near future, we will release a service. Will allow user to launch node and deploy validators with 1 click. It's not it will be not on click setup application when you can run node and add validator to your node locally. It will be like on click setup server when you can rent server in database, in the data centers, and launch validators on them. So, and now we are testing, and I think now we are testing in developer mode. Second way is we will test in internal. It's beta testing with our partners and with our partners, and then we will publish this service, and anyone can run nodes and deploy validators. Also, like as I said on answer previous questions, we are also in the testing. We will provide more information about new testing, hello testing, and also we are working on our next fork. We get a lot of information on our partners, providers, and users. We improved some our process and our protocol, and we are preparing a new fork. But we need to testing very well for that. It will be soon. So check our announce about fork next. Thank you.
Thank you so much. These news are really awesome. I believe our community will be waiting for that. And regarding the research team, can you tell us more about what the research team currently is working on?
Let me take this question. Recently, our research team presented a new article at a scientific conference. I will share one moment my screen. This work presents a system dynamic modeling approach to evaluate critical metrics on the waterfall network. The constructed model allows us to explore various scenarios for the evaluation of the waterfall platform, considering different hypotheses. Obtained results confirm that the platform has good potential for long-time operation and development. By using input parameters such as number of network validators and transactions per second over time, the model projects key metrics like the total supply of coins. You can find this full text on our official website.
Thank you so much, but can you send the link for Telegram?
Yes, I will send. In addition, we keep on working on the system design and adding new features to our network, such as post-quantum cryptography and parallel processing of smart contracts. In reference to post-quantum cryptography, we finished the third research stage aimed at protecting historical data. So thank you for your attention, and I look forward to discussing these new features with our community. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. So my next question is addressed to Sergey. Can you tell us, please, how is the network planning to scale to accommodate more validators and transactions?
So yeah, that's a good question. So currently, and this is, by the way, partially related to what Evgen, to the information which Evgen provided. So we currently are working on the concept of virtually unlimited sharding. This paper released a while ago. It is currently on peer review. And soon will be published, and there are advancements to it. So in a sense, basically, this performance of our network, which is again depending on the different time of the day, which can be like 12,200 or 12,000, almost 12,800. What Alex presented, it's actually, but it is more than 12 12,000 TPS. This is not the, we can say, we should understand this, that this is not the peak performance, and Waterfall is not, hasn't achieved its actually maximum potential. We probably should understand that we are in the beginning of the process only, and the higher potential can be achieved. And in particular, work on the virtually unlimited sharding, which so far it was highlighted by many projects, but I don't know, at least based on our observation of the market, hasn't yet been developed by anyone. Also, and we do it differently than these other projects. So we are kind of introducing our own concept of this. Parallel processing, and by the way, sharding is in a sense a parallel processing, because when you are talking about simultaneous update of the different parts of the state, yes, this sharding also does this. And you can talk about parallel processing in two meanings. One is when you are having a separate server and this server actually, you are having powerful server, and this server using different cores of this simultaneously updates different parts of the state. Or you can be talking about subgroups of the validators, which are updating different parts of the state. And this, in a sense, sharding also falls for the second definition, but it could also be done differently, and we also presented papers on this topic. Again, this is currently work in progress mode, so you should understand that despite we don't know, we're not aware of any limitations which can prevent us from achieving this from the technical standpoint. It doesn't mean that we may not discover them later. So, and if we discover something, we will basically, yes, we can change our views quite significantly. But the current state is this: we are almost 4 years working on this technology, and over these 4 years we are not aware of something which can prevent us from achieving this. But again, this first somewhere impressive results, which soon will be highlighted in more color. It is just a beginning. This is how we see this, and this is the work of this is the work we do in the research department in particularly. And yeah, there are many exciting things which will be happening in the future, and also this work on the basically things I told you about. They also relate to the ability to preserve low node requirements even when network scales significantly in terms of the number of users and in terms of the load, etc. So yeah, that's I can say please follow our updates, and you will soon learn more. And we also are planning soon to publish a video of our early presentations when Waterfall existed like just a concept, right? And or early phases of this. And yeah, that's this is exciting to see the progress, what we were doing, like say, I don't know, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and compared to what we're doing now. And yeah, we are excited and enthusiastic, and happy to share more updates shortly. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And speaking about the achievements, I know that the last month, the September, was dedicated to your trips to Asia and Google presentation. So can you tell us more about that, please?
Well, it wasn't only Google, it wasn't only September. It started in August, and yes, it ended at the end of September. So we at that time, again, I may not remember exactly, but we have done at least, I think I was speaking about close to 10 times in different countries. So at that time, I was visiting Indonesia, then Korea, then China, then Singapore, and yeah, basically from Singapore I returned back. But yeah, it was great. We actually we built a lot of meaningful relationships, and the updates of there will be probably two. We expect actually two updates of improving the convenience of contributing to the security of the network through staking. And there also will be more updates regarding this shortly. Also, if somebody is around in Thailand, I'm planning to attend Staking Summit and DevCon. So feel free to reach out. Basically, I'm in Telegram. You can reach out to me. Telegram, Discord, actually. I mean, all the channels where Waterfall is present. I'm also using this community channel. So you are welcome to reach out to me, and we can meet up on these events. So probably in a couple of weeks, we will be able to see each other.
Oh, thank you so much. I was just about to ask about the upcoming conferences, but you already told it. So thank you. And the last question I have, what feedback have you received from the community since the mainnet launch, and how has it influenced your plans?
Thanks. Thank you for the question. The main request is, I think, it's to simplify the entry threshold for new users. It's not easy for users to launch node or deploy the validators, and we are actively working on this. So we have on-click setup application to do easily for user, but we're also working on click setup server. It's the main request for user to do it easily. Also, we get few requests from our infrastructure providers, and some of them we already implemented, but some we have planned to release with the fork, which we in new fork, which we will deploy in future. So because need fork to implement these things which they wanted. So we, of course, we have get some requests, and we a critical be implemented, and then we also will implement which user wants. So because it's projects not for us, it's projects for community, for users. Thank you.
Yeah, also, I would like to add to this topic that, well, again, we should not be talking only about positive feedback, right? So, positive feedback is kind of can be easily seen on our community channels, and yeah, basically, yes, we are a very performant network. We are agile and and a good team. Basically, we are agile and efficient, and we are able to do things which are, yes, we are working on the edge of the innovation. There are multiple edges, and there are multiple teams working on them, but we're one of them. Now, one of the questions, for example, there was, okay, why do you need so many validators? And the other question, it is actually narrative in the industry. Why do you care that much about decentralization? So I would say to this point, and these are roots of the same this questions has the same roots. We believe that this current state of the Web3, where narratives about nobody cares about decentralization, it will change. And we already observed this. In particularly, for example, last year, like A16Z, they posted, yeah, we are going to enter the new level of decentralization, a new phase of decentralization. I don't remember the particular tweet, but it was that, yeah, we are getting close to the next step to this. So, and yeah, the way we basically, the way we see the network, basically, the way we, if we will observe many popular existing proof of stake networks, we can see that many of them can be called as delegated proof of stake with different modifications of this. But this is the limited amount of validators, and the others are kind of delegating their right to participate in the network to those. So we believe that it is going to change, and the decentralization is important, and people who are saying that, you know, nobody cares about decentralization, so should keep using Web 2, because Web 3 without decentralization is Web 2, and Web 3 is the kind of the cornerstone of decentralization is the cornerstone of Web 3. And we believe that, yeah, this is important, and this is why we're conducting all these tests. And yeah, when we're talking about innovation, we should not run. It's like a football game. We shouldn't run there where the ball is right now, or where it was, right? No, where it was. It is obviously where it is right now. But we should run there where the ball will be. And we believe that, yeah, decentralization is one of the key elements. It is going to become very important, and there are cases where this is crucial and important. And yeah, we are building our technology for this future, and with anticipation of this to become more important than the current narratives. And yeah, that was so far that is everything I recall. The rest is, yes, the convenience of the staking, the importance of decentralization, and yeah, I think this is it. The rest were doing. The rest of the feedback was positive, and yeah, there are many advantages which differentiate Waterfall in this current landscape from its competitors. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your answer. I believe that's all the questions I had at the moment. So probably somebody from our community has any questions to answer. Okay, I guess no questions. So once again, thank you so much for the MA session, and everyone who couldn't join us, their recording will be published on our YouTube channel, so you will be able to check it anytime. Thank you so much, and have a good day, everyone.
Yeah, have a good day. Thank you for having us. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.